obviously, I'm sure you interacted with hundreds and thousands of candidates. Probably hundreds of LinkedIn messages come in your inbox every week, asking for something or the other. So for you, how does someone stand out, right? I think even we connected first on LinkedIn. So
Yep.
how does someone stand out? How does someone get your attention? Maybe you can give an example also that comes to your mind.
So somebody's written an email saying, listen, I have not done anything in advertising. I've come fresh out of college, but I really like what you guys are doing. I really like the brands you're at. And here is my shot at 4 things I would have done with your brand. So they've literally, he sent me 4 ideas for 4 different brands. I'm not saying all 4 of them were the best of ideas. He has no idea of the brand language it has, etc. But he made the attempt at it. There was some form of thinking. So in that email, you've sold me a dream. You've sold me something.
This girl, like I said, who I was interviewing, who said that she was working on some very interesting tech projects, and the tech projects were now evolving into a interesting passion where she's begun to start writing some machine learning code. And I'm not a programmer; I don't know much about machine learning code, but I know enough about the strategic importance of ML when it comes to self-evolving products and technology, and how they serve content and how they keep users engaged. And we had a really intellectually lucrative conversation around this subject. And I began to poke holes at this conversation. I asked her one question, the second question, the third question, and she didn't know what she was talking about. And I was like, you've written the word machine learning on your CV because it's a good looking word, right? And she looked at me and she looked down, and she said, please excuse me, and she walked out of the room. And she called me 24 hours later and she's like, hey, look, I realized I wrote this word and I shouldn't have written it on my CV, but now I'm ready to have a conversation with you about machine learning. And she spent the entire night studying and learning and briefing herself. I wasn't interviewing her for a machine learning role, but my point is it showed a lot of initiative. It showed a lot of character saying, look, I'm willing to go the distance and I'm willing to prove my words weight in salt in order to have a conversation and make you feel like this is worth your time.
Yeah, so I'll tell you. So this guy wrote to me recently. This was during the lockdown actually. So he'd been writing to Shbang since the past year and a half, and unfortunately his resume was not making the cut for whatever reason. So I recently received a box. Okay, I received like a cardboard box which had one shoe in it, and a note. Okay, it was addressed to me. So my admin staff came to me with this box and he's like, someone sent you a gift. And I was luckily at my desk at that point in time. It had one shoe inside, a Nike shoe, and the card said, now that I've got 1 foot inside the door, please give me another shot at the application. um, Extremely creative. It was an original Nike shoe, so I don't know why he spent that much money on buying those shoes or whatever. So immediately, I mean, we had a call that was made to him, and we did interview him eventually.
I'll tell you about one coder who I met. Okay, and because I'm an engineer, I'm very particular about the coders that I hire. This coder was very interesting in that sense. Uh, he told me that, sir, give me the internship. I said, okay, tell me, like, what are we talking about? He's saying, sir, this is the application I've made. This is what I know. Okay. And this is what I've studied. He actually went, he followed us. He opened one of our websites that had recently launched. He found a small gap and wrote an optimized snippet in front of me saying, sir, this is in my opinion a better way to solve this problem what you've just launched. Just give me the chance. Whatever the problem statement is, I am willing to do it. Wherever I'm stuck, you give me guidance. But I'm very sure that I want to be in this culture. I was left speechless. I said, this guy knows what he's talking about, and I think he really stands out from everybody else.